Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jordan Fisher.
I'm Timmons Hatman.
I'm Cypher PK, and this is the May Contain
Action podcast.
Available on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, and more. So, well, Kristen, too, you touched on this before with your name and kind of growing up Canadian. But what did you do before full-time streaming or content creation? What did you do before hosting and all of this? How did you kind of get started? Did you have it like a job as a paper route or something?
Yeah, paper route. Yes.
I don't know.
What an example.
I was 9.
Molons, I don't know.
Before I started the stream.
Then when I was 11, I became a full-time content creator.
A very respectable job, Trevor. Adults do it all the time.
I remember going through the classifieds and like trying to get a route next to my house, but like whoever had it never gave it up. So I would like cry to my mom and be like, Mom, I just want to deliver papers. So they're not giving up their route.
Wait, either that was a highly specific scenario or that really happened.
Really happened.
That really happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I have a paper route story. All right. Hey, okay.
What a shot in the dark.
I mean, I grew up playing games, but and I always told my mom and my parents that I wanted to get paid to play video games when they'd yell at me to go outside and go to parties and spend time with my real friends, not my raid groups that I was leading. But I went into university. I was a student, and I had a job at the time, and I was in a dual major for accounting and finance. And I actually dropped all my courses a week out from my LSAT. So my plan was to get my dual major, my law degree, and then go into executive management at a company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but this path was so much more fun, guys. I would have graduated a year and a half ago and had no networks, no traveling, as apparently I really love, which I do. No traveling, no networks, and like the experience, like there's nothing, like there's no business experience quite like creating your own brand or your own community or your own product. It's just, through the ringer.
That's wild. So you were that close. You would have graduated, you said, this past year?
Well, I would have graduated law a year and a half ago. So I've been streaming full time for 6 years now. I started December 18th, 2013 or something. So, yeah.
So you didn't complete those degrees then, or did you?
No.
Yes.
I'm like 8 credits off, and I'm like debating. I want to write the school and be like, "Hello, look at my portfolio. Can you give me honorary degree, please?"
I don't know if you caught it, but Paul.
Happy, please.
Paul just goes, "Yes," when you said you didn't finish your degree, and I'm glad you didn't catch it. But
Not
it's because
in a bad way.
It's because no one here, like me and him, both have degrees, and we love it when when our guest also doesn't have it.
Well,
and it makes us feel better.
I mean, there's this huge shift in our entire world happening right now, and I think it's really good to kind of show how it can be done differently. And I mean, all of us are examples of that, and showing people that you don't have to throw yourself into $100,000 in debt. Like, especially in America, your guys' tuition costs are so high.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy. And just to show that there's like different ways to do it. And if you can like dream it and figure it out, like chances are you're smart enough to make it happen.
I love it. It's very true. Yeah, it's like not necessary to do, especially when by the time you get out, I mean, I don't know the ratio or the percentage, but I would imagine that a large amount of people that graduate with a degree don't get a job with that degree. Like it's not even related.
That's at least what the media reports, but I think it also depends who you're looking at, who you're talking to. People who have degrees, I found, are very like adamant about like, this was great, like this was necessary for me leveraging that, but I also think that they could have made it either way, especially with even a free courseware. Sorry, I'm getting off topic, but there's so many different ways to learn now, and then so like you can prove yourself in the product or business or like skill set that you make.
That's true. That's why you're kind of seeking those honorary credits / degree, because like you feel like I've kind of done it, like I've done the thing in this class that I would have to take. So kind of just have
you have real world experience in doing that. You should. You got that experience you would have gotten in the class. I'll give you guys
the update once I send the letter to my dean. Like look at my channel. Look what I've done. No, okay, it would be a lot more, I was going to go into law here, Paul, okay? It would be a lot better.
I'm not surprised. The way you tore apart the TTV thing, I'm not surprised at all. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, this
We can leverage
200
TTV,
IQ.
actually.
Leverage it.
All right.
That's amazing. Well, you also kind of touched on a little bit too, like briefly. I think we'll probably get into this a little bit later too, but you were leading raids at 9 and 10. What?
Okay. Not 9 or 10. I like that though. Yeah, I was a raid leader for a really long time actually. I got into WoW when I was 12, and I went from not being able to kill wolves in Teldrassil and having my dad to have to do it for me whenever I had to kill a dog, because they like cry like real dogs. Like, this is awful. Why are you making me play this? So he did it for me, which was nice of him. And then moving forward, I just got really into WoW. Like it's been brought up for me recently because my partner's been playing classic WoW, and he's like, come play with me. But I remember that grind, and I do not want to be a part of it. No, thank you. I don't know if you guys got into it at all. So
I quit.
I quit too. Yeah, we both quit.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough. And it was just something that it was so fun for me to just bring people together. And I remember being in my first raid at the time. I was playing a paladin, I believe, and just like watching other people I was playing with. I was like, it's the coolest person in here is the raid leader. Wow. Like they're able to command like all these people, and not like with their actions, just with their voice. And and then to lead them through strategy and to maintain morale. And, there's so many things that go into it now that I'm realizing I'm like, whoa, those are, qualities of great leader, Kristen. This is probably a good thing you learned those things. But it was so like interesting to me just as a science of it. And then also like with the community building involvement, like you had to run your guild too, which was a whole nother layer of stuff. But yeah, it was like 14, 15, 16 when I was raiding and leading things. But
So
when I came on the like Mumble server Ventrilo at the time, I was like, okay guys, like I have a pretty low voice for a girl, but like back in the day that was not the case. Okay guys, so we're gonna do the raid today. Jacob didn't show up, so we're gonna have to get someone else in. And like I don't know what their reactions were like to it, because like the guys, were in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and like I had some young girls in their 20s, and they're all over the place. Like my dad was playing too, so yeah, they listened to me. It was fun.
They actually listened and they're like,
so cool.
Holy crap, that's awesome. That was actually a spot on like childlike impression of a girl's voice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's like a different person altogether. It's incredible.
It was past me, guys.
Oh my gosh.
She just came through.
You were the raid leader and the guild leader? You did both?
Yeah, I did both. Yeah. I was like really into it.
I wish that on no one. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, and none of my real life friends knew. 4 seconds, Paul.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. People were like, ask me, so when's raid day? And I was like, I can't handle this. And I just, absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I got bounced from being the off tank, like after one raid. They're like, you're not even good enough to tank the mob, that one mob off the side. You can't even hold threat. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just be a healer then.
Oh my gosh.
I'll go
Nixia, yeah, you can't handle the whelps. Like,
you can't handle there's a lot of whelps.
There's a lot of whelps.
There is, and they're running all over the place. Warriors are hard. Okay, let's not get into it. All right.
I'm sorry.
I didn't just have to put on consecrate and then just fall asleep. Paladins.
So anyway, to get the train back on the rails a little bit, when did you decide to, like, at what point did you see your streaming content creation that you were starting with Kittyplays games and decide this is enough for me to go full time or live off of? Like, when did that happen?
I ran my projections, Paul. So
of course you did. Not surprised at all. Ran the numbers.
I ran the numbers. No, I was really like, I hate the word lucky. But I definitely, like, I spent my time studying streaming before I even started streaming. And I'd write notes. Like the moment that it was December, I was like writing my finals and I was taking a break from my final study to study streaming. And I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, I'm like avidly studying into the middle of the night, like these streams. And I can get into like how I did that, but it's NSFW, a lot of the sites I was watching watching because they have the most interesting ways they market. Anyways,
Highly interesting. Okay.
Breezing past that.
I want to
next. And so
see those
like, I recognize that there's like, wow, like my whole life force like wants to go into this. There's something here. And when I started streaming, like right away, I had a community that was like really excited about me because I was putting myself in games that there wasn't really any women playing them. Like Heroes of New Earth, and then I trickled into World of Warcraft, and then Counter-Strike. But yeah, and then I got rated by Swifty and Soda Poppin', I think 2 weeks into streaming, and like just went from getting like 30 viewers, which was great for starting out. Like I was really happy with that. And into getting like 300 on average, which at the time was great. And now it's so funny how the times have changed and how boosted all the viewers are. But after about a month of streaming, I ran the numbers and I called my dad, and I had dropped every single one of my courses. I was in the middle of Saskatoon, studying at the time. And I'm like, Dad, I dropped all my courses. I'm coming home to play video games in your basement. I know, it's a father's dream. Let's go. Woo!
And he was cool with it. He was like, yeah, absolutely. You should definitely drop out of school for this unproven thing.
Yeah, I was his firstborn too. Like he wanted to just groom me into this like little super genius child. And so I think at first he was kind of frustrated, but in his own life, he steered away from tech into a more traditional role because of his parents. And I think that's something that he kind of regretted. So seeing that I had the opportunity to do that, it was exciting for him.
That's amazing. And what does your siblings think?
Oh, they love it. I mean, they've traveled around the world with me because of it. So I've like hired my sister multiple times. I've done a bunch of stuff for my brother. Like they absolutely love it. And I think the only thing they don't like is a lot of their friends are like, oh, so your sister's Kittyplays. Can I meet her? Can you introduce us? And that's probably the annoying part. But no, they love it. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I can't imagine that they would be upset to like travel with you. Like, I don't know. Seems like you made the wrong choice here.
Oh, no. I showed them a good time. We've been to some pretty incredible places around the world.
Gosh. Yeah. You went to Burning Man? Did I see that?
Yes. Yeah, I did. Do you know about that?
I know literally nothing about it other than it looks like Mad Max. That's all I know. I know nothing else about it.
That's kind of the thing, huh? Yeah. It's the feel. Maybe not everyone trying to kill each other, but probably it's the other way.
There's like this one camp where it's a dome where they hang people and they've got these like padded swords and they pull them back and then they let go and the people swing into each other and just hit each other. And it's intense. Like whatever you're looking to find, I think you can find it at Burning Man. It's like your experience is what you make it. And like you can go to yoga classes and like sit with like monks all day and learn acro and hula hoop and drink matcha tea all day if you want, and you won't see anything else. Like it's crazy. Like you really recognize like what a reality bubble is, and like if what you're expecting to see, you're gonna see. And it's pretty cool.
How long is it? How long does that last?
So I was there for 2 weeks, but the actual burn is for 7 days, I believe. Some people only go for 4, but my partner, he's run Burning Man camps for a while now. This was his 11th year. So I went down with him early when there's absolutely nothing, and we set up camp for, I think 68 people stayed with us. So keeping 68 people alive and fed and healthy, and then the burn happened, and then there's a week of that, and then for a few days after that, we just packed everything up and cleaned all the moop, which is matter out of place, which you guys need to know about if you go to Burning Man. But
moop, got it. That was locked away in the brain. Yes, I'll never forget that.
That sounds like I wouldn't want to clean that up. It sounds like the last thing I'd want to clean is moop.
I mean, it could be a bicycle. It could be a bicycle. Just bring it home. Don't leave it there.
Is the bicycle covered in moop? Or it's just...
You never know.
Okay.
So it's a really special experience. But you go through like the whole spectrum of human experience there. It's wild.